Wow, it looks like Bitcoin is not the only thing coming early this year. This is huge. This cup and handle pattern that we've been talking about for a few days has a new update, which makes it much more exciting than the last time we covered it 2 days ago. Truly exciting because we believe there are these next two steps that are very important and crucial, and they mean a lot because we have not seen the breakout just yet. And most crucially, this has happened once before. It happened 2 times back in 2015, and the exact 2 things happened just recently here. You might have an idea what I'm about to talk about on this chart, but guys, what we're going to add onto this will absolutely blow your noggin. In fact, this Litecoin cup and handle is much more interesting than the Bitcoin cup and handle. So much to explain why. I have not been this excited since my parents said they were only kidding. It was a joke. They in fact do love me. This is huge. Wow, guys, thank you so much for joining me here on this extremely exciting episode. In this video, not only are we going to be talking about what's going on with this cup and handle, but we're actually going to have a much different time frame long term. So instead of focusing on one area like we usually do in these videos, we have 2 huge detailed things to talk about on 2 totally separate time frames. However, they both mesh into something beautiful that you are not going to want to miss. So guys, so much to get into in this video. And before we really jump into it, guys, make sure this is going to be the second video to go ahead and enter for these ledgers, guys. 3 people will win. I think we'll actually give away one of these bad boys in about a week. So that's very exciting. And all you have to do to enter is leave a comment below. And guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a subscribe, turn on those post notifications, ding that bell. And actually, I want to give a huge shout out, congratulations to Daniel. We'll be shipping his ledger out on Monday. In fact, the other winner still has to contact me. So other winner, make sure to go watch that last video. I forget who it was, but it's the end of the video. And if you want, definitely make sure to contact me. If you don't contact me within a few days, then I guess we'll just have to pick a new winner for that ledger. And guys, so much to get into. In fact, we've been making some memes and some funny videos, so head on over to Twitter, both of these. Truly hilarious. It's a Star Wars meme video, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. Guys, you might have heard that 2021 is going to be an insane year for Bitcoin, but in fact, we believe that 2020 is the year that things are really going to get heated, saucy, dirty, so fun, okay? We believe that that is the case, and we believe 2021 will be an amazing year as well. So guys, without any further ado, let me show you something here. So as you can see from this example of a cup and handle, what you see here is this, okay? You can take a look at my little mouse cursor here. This is about kind of like the top of the cup on this particular example. As you can see from all these examples, there's a lot of different examples here. But a common theme is that you have a top cup here, okay? You have the little handle here, a break, but then what you notice here as well, after the initial break, we do get a revisit, basically to touch the top of the cup again and then continue upwards. Now guys, as you all know, I've gotten some questions of why I think Litecoin is a Litecoin leading indicator. In fact, pretty much everyone, even the largest channel here on YouTube, Alicio, made a video about this a few months back. Litecoin is a huge leading indicator for Bitcoin. Okay, think about Litecoin as like the little baby bro. Okay, and also in terms of literally everything, it's kind of a copy and paste, but like a fourth. Basically, a fourth of Bitcoin. Think of it like that. At least that's how I think of it. So I do think that there is some very much value to be derived from using Litecoin. So we see this here. Now remember this cup and handle pattern I just showed you here. Handle, breakout, retrace to the top, and then continued upside there, guys. Now that's basically what we are potentially in the middle of here, okay? So we have the handle here, the break up to here, and now the retrace to the very back of this cup right here would be here, okay? Roughly this area, so between $65 and $64 here, okay? Very thin margin. This, now I'm not saying this is gonna play out exactly, but I do think, and this goes in line with what I was saying in yesterday's update, that I think a nice little pullback for a day or two would be beautiful right now. Okay, a little pit stop, like we've seen multiple times for Bitcoin over the past few weeks. We've had a few pit stops, a few retracements that have been extremely healthy, and we've continued. So in my opinion, right now, over the next day or two, or just even sometime this week, a nice little retracement would be perfect for setting up this pattern to complete it, okay? So if we get a nice move down to here and then continue up, now there's something interesting I actually want to point out to you as well. I already have it on here, but the normal breakout target for a cup and handle is if you take kind of like the top of the cup to the bottom here, and then you just draw it back up here, okay? So that's what we have here. So if we actually completed that breakout, this is gonna be very interesting. If we completed that breakout, okay, from where we are right now, we would still have about roughly 20% to go to complete that breakout right here. Now, if we switch over to Bitcoin, so to get up here, it would be another like 20%. So if we switch over to Bitcoin's chart here, guys, this is the chart for it. As you can see, kind of the same similar pattern actually happening here, but I like Litecoin's better, and we most likely Litecoin could break out first, if it is the leading indicator, so that's extremely important. And guys, do not forget the second half of this video, some must-see important data. This is huge, but this is more of a long-term thing, but this is absolutely so important. But we'll just finish up this, the 20%. If we would get another 20% where we are currently, or actually where that breakout target is, exactly where we have this drawn here, right around that $11,000 mark, a little above that $11,000 mark. So that is absolutely huge. That would break the 10K level, break the 11K, which again is huge resistance here. And we can actually zoom back out and you can kind of see just where that 11K is, okay? It takes us to a beautiful range in terms of breaking out of all of this past historical resistance here and supports. It gets us pretty much to the tippy top here, okay? This would be insane. This would be the first mega move out of here. Now, a tweet I had earlier today actually was this. Okay, let's actually go down to it. Bitcoin is going to fly once it breaks all-time highs. Enjoy the quietness now because it's going to get very loud. And basically all that means is that what the tweet here that I quoted in here, people underestimate how quickly Bitcoin will go from 20 to 50 and even 100K. So as of right now, it seems like, this is taking a while, all of this, and that is the case. But there's going to be a point where we get up to these past all-time highs, and then things are just going to get crazy, in my opinion, and we're just going to see it go much faster. Okay, think of it like this. Boring for a little bit, but then it essentially just goes straight up insanely fast. Now, if you guys were a part of 2017 or even 2016, mainly 2017 though, stuff flew by every single day. It was absolutely crazy. It was flying. Prices were just going up every single day. You wake up and you think, wow, I can't even catch my breath. This is too exciting. Now, some of you may not be used to that because it's been over 2 years, but that type of phenomenon is true in a breakout. We haven't seen a breakout since 2017, like a true bull run breakout, day after day, week after week, month after month. Huge. Now, once we get to this 11K, there is not much more room in terms of actual solidified resistance here, especially with all this momentum building. This thing, once we reach this level, if we even see this in the next week or two, which is possible, we could see things go parabolic in a month's time, okay? We could even, this might sound crazy, but I would say within 3 months, it is possible. If this momentum continues and if we continue the track that I think this might go, within 3 months, we could be retesting all-time highs somewhere, between 16 and 20,000. Again, 20,000 being the all-time high here. You can see on this daily chart, we did not spend a lot of time above the 11K region. This is right here, 11.5. We spent very limited time above this, okay? Let's see here, from June to August, so like 2 months here back in 2019, and about the same exact amount of time here, actually a little less, only 1 month here back in 2017 into 2018. Okay, we've spent very little time above 11K. Bitcoin has spent so little time above 11K, and that is a huge factor when it comes to actually breaking 11K and finding resistance above it, okay? I really don't think that above 11K is going to provide a ton of resistance like we're seeing right now, okay? We've been seeing a slow climb and build up to be breaking the 9, 10, 11K, but once 11K is broken, 12, 13, and 14 are going to be easier in my opinion, and then above 14K, there's basically no past resistance. So once we get all this momentum, the shot to 2020, guys, things are getting easier and easier. It's going to be like the snowball effect. It's just going to get easier and easier to keep boosting above there and just rocketing above that. So pay attention to that because honestly, this cup and handle formation and then a break to the $86 for Litecoin, like the 11,000, 11.2, 11.5 for Bitcoin that could come after it, that would make sense to come after it here, could be very fast, and it could be like the last long pattern that spends a lot of time there before breaking and try and get back to those all-time highs. So definitely key takeaway there is that it is possible by summer of this year that we are retesting those all-time highs anywhere between 16 to 20K, huge. And again, look at this. Basically, the 11 and 12, for the most part, are essentially all-time highs in terms of how long we stayed there. We were barely above 14 and 15K, okay? We haven't been above 14K since December and January of 2017 and 2018. Only a month period. So we have barely been above that. And again, that was kind of like a blow off top. This was the descending triangle. This data right here is kind of discluded, okay? In terms of the actual nice pattern, you start the triangle here. Okay, this kind of stuff you disregard a little bit, you kind of clip it off because that was kind of just like a blow off top there. So huge. We're actually much closer to all-time highs realistically than people might be thinking. So that is huge. And then that leads me to this chart here, guys. Now this is absolutely mind-boggling. So as you guys may or may not know, from the all-time highs of both of these runs, from the very, very tippy top of these runs, this was the one back in 2013. This is the one back in 2017. From those runs, okay, to the bottom that we've seen so far of the market, essentially literally 83% exactly for both runs. Look at this. So from the top here to what essentially, well, to what was the bottom of this run, this was 83%. Incredibly, from here, the high of 2017 to what so far has been the bottom, 83% right here. Now there's something else much more interesting that you need to look at. The 200-day moving average and the 21-day moving average, the simple moving averages here. We tried breaking this a few months ago, okay, and we did. And we immediately, after reaching a certain point here around 14K, got pushed back down under it. And now, as you guys know, just within the last week, we've broken it again. Now, the same exact thing happened, okay, back in 2015 with the beginning of the bull run of the 2017 bull run. Exact same thing happened. If we zoom in here, you can see this purple line, the 21 moving average, broke right here where I have it circled. Okay, let me zoom in so you guys can get a better picture of this. Okay, it broke right here, got rejected, pushed back down, broke again, and then you can see it did not go back below. It absolutely did not go back below the 200-day moving average until the end of the bull run in 2018. Okay, so you can see this purple line, tried once, failed, tried the second time, two straight years of bullishness. Okay, now here, same thing going on here. Tried once, got rejected here, and now we've broken it just the beginning of this this week. Okay, you can see it is crossing right now. It's essentially crossing as we speak, actually. It hasn't even necessarily crossed yet. This is going to cross, okay? 200-day moving average, this pink line, and the purple one crossing right here. Now, guys, keep in mind, just because it might cross, just because it's going to cross this week does not mean we're going to massively pump this week. It just means on a macro scale, this is insane how similar this is, okay? So many bullish indicators here. Same exact thing. And again, I don't like to think that these things would repeat the exact same, and I don't think they will necessarily. You can see here that you have the two breaks here and the two here. They're not exactly the same, which I think is good. I don't think they should repeat exactly, but basically the same signals and the same indicators, for the most part, they've kind of pretty much repeated. And this fact here, from the high to the low, the 83%, that's actually uncanny. That's actually insane that is the case. That's mind-blowing that it's essentially the same, down to the same percent, okay? So huge there. So basically what this is saying, and I don't really have to spend any time saying it because the chart speaks for itself, if these patterns do continue, if this is the same as the last time, you see what happened last time, okay? So that's actually, that's up for your interpretation. Wow, now that's exciting. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.